Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Deveter, and you're listening to
Let's
Let's Chat.
Hey, Mommy.
Hey, Leah.
How's it hanging?
Pretty good. How about you?
It's hanging.
It's hanging?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Look, we have on our nice Let's Chat gear. Shout out to Sayings by Butta, who
Facts.
created these beautiful, beautiful, sparkly
The tie.
tops. We love them, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, my sister. So what's going on, Leah?
Nothing today. We're going to be talking about communication.
Communication.
Yes.
What is communication?
Well, communication is when you're talking to another person, like what we're doing right now. This counts as communicating.
This counts as communicating.
Communication can be in many different ways. It can be from talking, just sharing a moment with people, texting, calling, communication.
Your generation does a lot of texting.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, y'all text more than you talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy.
Do you think that things can get lost in translation?
Oh, definitely.
How so?
So here's the thing. When you text, it's like, you can't really explain it, but like when you say things in person, you get to hear the emotion in the person's voice. You get to hear and you get to see their reactions using their face and all their emotions and stuff. But on a text, all you see is words.
Yeah.
And you can read it and take it in so many different ways, unless they clarify, which who does? So many things can be lost in text, and it's like you have to analyze it over and over again. And what if I'm taking this wrong? And a lot of times, if you're talking about something very important or deep, it's better to do it in person or on the phone.
I agree. So when you have you had to deal with a break in communication?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. Okay. And what did you do?
I overthink a lot. That comes from anxiety and whatnot, stressing, all that fun stuff.
Lordy.
And with texts, I reread it and think about all the different scenarios, and I don't ask for clarification because I don't want to be the type of person to be like, what do you mean? Because when people do that to me.
So when Leah was little, she had a very, very heavy lisp, and she would say things and people wouldn't understand what in the world she was saying, and we would ask her to repeat herself, and she did not like that. She still does not like to repeat herself. So I think that with that communication thing, not asking for clarity comes from you not wanting to repeat yourself. Yeah. So go ahead.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, I know.
Because when people ask me to repeat myself or to explain, it's just figure it out. Sorry. But that's actually how I feel. Sometimes it depends on the situation. But in other times when it's kind of blatant, in my eyes, that is, if it's just you should know what this means, please. Just come on, just work with me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. But I also think that in communicating, we have to be very clear.
Yes.
Because people aren't thinking the way you're thinking. Yeah. So we have to be very mindful of who we're talking to and the way in which that person best communicates, right? So how did you handle that situation?
I just to be honest, I kind of let it go for a little bit. And when we're both ready to bring it back up, we're okay, can we actually talk about this? Make it make sense to both of us and then find out a conclusion. And, figured it out.
Okay.
Everything's good in the hood. We're all jolly and happy.
Jolly and happy. Communication. Do you think that there is a breakdown in communication? Can there be a breakdown in communication in families?
Yeah.
How so?
Definitely. Okay, let's see. What do you mean by breakdown?
So you meaning one thing and the other person potentially meaning something else, and y'all not coming together to come to a clear understanding of one another.
Yeah. When parents and kids get into arguments, a lot of the time, it's either the kid taking things in a different way and not asking for clarification, or the parents taking things in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes you just gotta meet in the middle and be what do you mean by this? What are you trying to like teach me? Is there something behind this? Like, you know, like it can't just, not everything is just on the surface that you can find out.
That is very, very true. I think that a lot of people don't take the time to find out what's beneath the surface. Or you couldn't be communicating something and you've had a really bad day.
Yep.
You know, like you come home from school, excuse me, and you're really tired, and I might ask you something and you're like, give me a short answer, and I'm expecting a much longer conversation. I could take it one way, you're taking it another way, and then that can be a situation.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we all have to be willing to hear each other out and feel out the atmosphere.
Read the room.
Read the room. That's really key. That's really key. That's good. Look at you. You saying stuff. Go ahead, girl. Talk about reading rooms. How do you read a room? What do you think that
notice
means?
body language, because that's very important in communication as well. How people are acting, facial expressions, tone and voice. You know, if it's a lot of times I have to like talk to my friends about an awkward silence or a comfortable silence.
What I have definitely experienced both of those, awkward and uncomfortable silences. But sometimes silences are needed in conversations. I found at one point that I will always just try to keep talking. But it's like, okay, you could pause.
Yeah.
You can stop. You can listen. Silence is okay. And I also learned that through therapy. You know, having a pause in a conversation doesn't mean that it's a period in the conversation. That's just a comma. You're just pausing for a moment, and then you can continue with your conversation. I believe in communication that helps with avoiding arguments.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
because when everybody hears silence, that gives you a moment to think about, you know, what am I going to say next? How am I going to communicate my thoughts and feelings with this person? Let me pause and keep going. That's cool.
Silence lets it sink in, you know.
Yeah, silence is good. Do you think? But okay, so on face-to-face or on telephone conversations, silence is good. But what happens when you're left on red?
All right, see, here's the thing. It depends on the conversation.
Okay.
Because let's say you're asking a question, right? So I'm like, hey, mommy, how's your day? And you leave me on red for like 6 hours. What are you doing? A good little 30 minutes is okay. You know, you can have a busy day or something. You read it.
Yeah.
And then you leave it there. Like,
that's not cool.
did I do something? Like, did something happen? Whatever. Are you dead? Like, give me something.
Oh, boy. Am I dead? Why do we have to go all the way there? What if my phone died?
Yeah, you're right. But,
you know,
you got to have a charger on you. Don't
what
play.
if I don't?
It's the age of telephones, so you got to have a charger on you.
Somebody got to.
Someone has to.
I feel you. So, pauses in conversations in person or on the telephone is different. Cool. Yeah. But pauses or being left on red in text messaging, not cool.
No. Because what are you doing?
Well,
okay, there's a difference between read and delivered.
Oh, okay. What's the difference?
If you're delivered, the person hasn't seen it yet. Or they've seen it and they just don't want to respond.
You know, I wonder about that technology sometimes. Like, I understand from my perspective what delivered means. It means the message got to the place it was supposed to go. Yeah. But how do I know if the person read it?
For iPhones.
Yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm an Android person. I did. Android. Samsung.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, for iPhones, there's, you know, in every relationship, there's a point in time when you have to turn on read receipts. You can trust a person enough to know when they've read your message or not. Okay. Because if you don't have them on, then it just says delivered the whole entire time, if they read it or not.
Oh, okay.
So, but at the bottom it says like delivered or read or not sent. Like,
well, ours says that as well, but like I don't get the message that said message read or anything like that.
No,
it just says it at the bottom.
Yeah, it just says that at the bottom.
Okay. Well, so it's important, you know, if you have read the text message to respond in some way or another.
Please.
Communication is so important in all relationships. Yes. You know, in school, communicating with your teachers. Yeah, I know you all hate to hear that, but communicating with your teachers is really important.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go at face value,
Yeah.
especially in the environment that we're in right now. Teachers are going through so much and experiencing so much things they've never experienced before. So communication is key, and I'm glad that you seem to be doing well with your communication. I hope that our listeners and our viewers have gleaned something from this conversation, making sure you know how to effectively communicate.
Yes.
Whether it be over text message, whether it be over, in person or on a phone, make sure that you're communicating properly with your
Yes.
people. Thank you for this chat, Leah.
You're welcome.
I love getting insight from
fun.
you. You're so smart. Oh my goodness, you're so smart. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. We really appreciate you, our viewers. And again, another shout out to Sayings by Butta for our amazing hoodies. We appreciate you. This has been another episode of Let's Chat with Leah and Deveter. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. Please follow us on our social platforms. You can catch us on Instagram
at Let's Chat _podcast
and Twitter
at Let's Chat _podcast.
And of course on YouTube. Let's Chat with
With
Leah
Leah and
and
Deveter.
Deveter. See you all next time.
Bye.